Hi guys, it's Mary, and I'm coming to you and Fritzy family to say welcome. I'm getting ready to run out. I got some errands to run, and it was an unexpected thing. So I didn't want to have to wash my hair, and yeah, so I threw it up in a scarf because I'm rosy today and got on a t-shirt. Don't want to get dressed up, but I need to look a little presentable. So I put on this face. Now I'm going to show you how I do it, just an everyday. I need to go to the store. I'm out the door, and nothing really fancy. We're using all drugstore makeup. And if you want to see, then just keep on watching. Oh, and also, please make sure you visit glitzyfritzy.com so you can run around with one earring. Different. No, starting a fad. I lost the other one. Anyway, seriously.
Thank you for your support of me. If you are not part of the Fritzy family, hashtag world's greatest rhymer.
If you're not part of the Fritzy family and you would like to be, then just hit the subscribe button below.
And don't forget to ring my bell. Ring my bell.
So you can be notified of any updates that I have, any videos that you might not want to miss. Okay, so here we go, on with the show. I got my Better Call Saul shirt on. Yeah, I don't know when the season 3 starts, but I'm thinking that it's got to be soon. So I tried to look it up, and if I don't see it like in the Google search part where I have to actually read, I don't care. If you know, let me know. Because I basically didn't want to go to the website and read. I just tell me what date it starts. And normally you can get that to pop up, but it wasn't, and I didn't want to wait, so I don't know. But I'm thinking early sometime this year it should start. So, and for those of you who don't know it, I've been a Saul fan since Breaking Bad, not since Better Call Saul started. So this shirt's really old. So anyway, I got to go out really quick and put some stuff in the mail because our mail lady, she just showed up here. And she never does that, right? She just usually has a time that she comes every single day, but not today. Not the day that I need her to come when I know when she's coming. So, and I got a bunch of things I have to go mail. So, and a big thank you to Melissa55. She bought these threader earrings from me, some late, maybe 2016. And, they look so pretty on her. And I noticed that when she put them in, she was wearing them as a traditional earring, which is fine. A lot of people do. But I wanted her to know that there's so many different ways you could wear threaders that I made a video about it. And then she did a video talking about the threader earrings. And I was so grateful for that. It sent over more than a few people. But see, I wasn't expecting them to want the ones she had on, the specific ones, and I didn't have any more. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to, and people kept writing me and saying, when will I have those earrings in stock? And so I had to get some and stock them. So I thought I had enough. And I decided, during all this communication and everything, so that people wouldn't get confused between those and other threaders that I had on the website, I just decided I'm going to honor my friend and name these classy looking threaders after that classy friend of mine, Melissa55. So I did. And, oh gosh, she's so humble. I just love her to death. If you don't know, if you are here and for some reason you have escaped and don't know Melissa55, please go check out her channel.
And then you're going to see that she's a lot more beautiful than me. Hashtag world's greatest rhymer.
Okay. Anyway, she is so gorgeous. She is, boy, that reminds me of a story. I'll come back to that. Anyway, so she was so honored that I had done that, and she announced it on her site, and then within, I'm telling you, within a 3-hour period of time, I thought I had a lot of those threaders. Bam! They sold out again. So they're on back order. I will let you know either on Instagram, Facebook, or through the newsletter. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, please go to glitzyfritzy.com and do that. So I'm out again, but I will let you guys know as soon as they come back in so that you can get your hands on them. And I thought that was so, she liked that so much, and she was so proud of that I have some friends that have always been so helpful to me. They've been right behind my store and stuff from the very beginning, and whenever I see an earring that reminds me of one of these people, then I've decided I'm going to name it after them. So I've got some other earrings in that you'll see that will have my friends' names on them. And if you don't get your own earring, don't be upset. If you think you are important to me and you don't see a earring with your name on it, it doesn't mean you're not. It just means I've not found an earring that I think looks like you. But that story that what I just said reminded me of. Okay, so when my oldest daughter was born, and yes, like all girls, I loved to play dress up with my baby dolls when I was young. And she was like my real life baby doll. And so, I mean, to tell you, I would spend money that I had no business spending on charge cards and stuff. Oh my goodness, the charge cards I ran up. And it was like at Ayers, which is the equivalent of like going to Macy's now. And I would go there and I would get all these pretty little clothes. Sometimes I would dress her up 2 and 3 times a day, changing her clothes. Anyway, so I would say to her, I would hold her up in front. I'd get her dressed ever since she was just little. Obviously, because when this happened, I think she was, oh gosh, maybe a year and a half. We'll say 18 months, somewhere close to that. So I love this little Sonia Kashuk palette, right? It's, I don't know. I'll put it below. I can't read that. And I'm going to take a shader. And naturally, I'm coming into this white shade right here, and I'm going to put it all over my lid. Okay, sorry. I don't remember where I was in the story because my son called and there'd been a bunch of road construction on his way home from college, and I'm like the worst person in the world. You want to get, yeah. Anyway, I had to steer him home, so he should be coming in the door anytime now while we're doing this. Oh, that was nerve-wracking. Anyway, still using this light shade all over my eyelid. I was thinking, I'm going to have to go out like this. It's bad enough I'm going to go out like this, you know. But anyway, so ever since she was such a little baby, I would get her dressed up in her clothes. And then you know how you have those mirrors that they are, full-length oval mirrors. I don't know what you call these that are on a stand and you can like flip them. They're oval mirrors being held by a stand. And that was in our bedroom. And I would hold her up in front of that every single time that we were getting her dressed. Then when I got finished getting her dressed, just using a little blending brush here now, and I'm going to come into, let's go in this one right there. Just any old brown shade will do. And come into my crease, and I'm just going to work that into my crease. So I would hold her up in front of this mirror when I got done. I'm not allowed to say her name, so I'll just say baby. Aww, baby's so gorgeous, baby's so beautiful, baby's so cute. Every single day. And if I had dressed her a couple of times during the day, I would, several times a day then. This is happening. So I'm holding her up in front of the mirror when she's all done, and I'm saying, aw, baby's so gorgeous, baby's so beautiful, baby's so cute. This goes on for like 18 months. Every day, several times a day. Now, so you know she's pretty confident. Pretty confident little girl. We go to the grocery store, and as we're going through it now, mind you, everyone stopped me everywhere I went and told me what a beautiful child this was. And she was a beautiful child. Big, big brown eyes. Just, I mean, you could just get lost in those big brown eyes. And she was just so, you know, I mean, she was a happy kid. She knew she was cute too. All right. Possibly because everywhere she goes, people tell her. So we get to the store, we're cashing out, and this cashier says, "Oh, you're so cute." And she looked at them and she goes, baby's so gorgeous, baby's so beautiful, baby's so cute." And the woman just looked at me like, "Wow, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I tell her a lot." Okay, now I'm going to take a detailer brush and I'm going to come into the black, just tapping in there. Same baby, you know, I mean, that was a different era. That was 1986 when she was born. And, I mean, it was just a different time. People did things like, it was not unusual back then for people to come up and grab your belly. Total strangers would come up and just, today, can you imagine? Can you imagine you're like, I mean, maybe it happens now and again, but I think people might ask now, but back then, people would just come up to me all the time and just put their hands on my stomach. And it was a little uncomfortable, but nobody thought anything of those things back then. Nobody was like thinking, "Oh, they're molesting me," or, you know, or anything like that. They were just interested in the baby, in you. But I do remember getting scared one time, and now I'm just going to run this under my eye. I do remember getting scared one time because I had her at the grocery store. She was in the cart and in her little seat, and I was getting spaghetti sauce. I'll never forget it because I never did that after that. Okay, so here's where we are. I just love this little Sonia Kashuk palette. It's so wonderful. And I'm not going to put it up actually because I'm going to do my brows with it too. So this is a wax pencil. So I had her in the cart and I just needed to step. I know you guys have done this, where you just need to step up a few feet. Here he comes. He's coming in the door. I'm filming, honey. I'm glad you made it home okay. Okay. Thanks, Mom, for helping me.
Thanks.
Anyway, now I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to come back into this whitish color that we were working with on my lid, and I'm just going to come underneath my brow and blend that a little bit. But anyway, so I had her in the cart, and I know everybody has done this at one time or another, even with your purse, even if it was just your purse that was in the cart and you needed something that was just a couple of feet in front of you. I did that. I went for the spaghetti and I left her in the cart, just in her little seat. I mean, I was just going to take a second, and it was hot, so I did not have her buckled down per se. I had undone her coat, undone the buckles. I mean, she was a little baby. It's not like she was going to come out of that thing. And I stepped just a couple of feet in front of the cart to get a, oh, I'm sorry. I'm using these two shades. They're about the same color shades as I use for my Brow Envy. You don't have to use brow powder. It's like eyeshadow, so you can use eyeshadow. And I don't have any drugstore eyeshadow. And I lost my pencil, the one I love from L'Oreal. So, yeah. Half the time I'm using a powder anyway. So I'm just going to use these shadows. But anyway, I just stepped up a couple of feet in front of the cart. And how this happened so quickly, I don't know. But the woman, there was an older woman that was behind me in the same aisle. And she had her. I couldn't find her. I mean, she wasn't. She had, like, pulled her out and her back was to me. So I couldn't tell that she had my daughter. And I panicked. My heart went in my throat. And I was like, oh, my God. Where is she? And I heard the woman, she was talking. And she was saying, you're so beautiful. You're such a precious little thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I went up to her and I looked. I went around her and looked, and she had her. And she was like, she's so beautiful. I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself. I just love holding little babies so much. And I was relieved that she had her and that she hadn't run off with her. But at the same time, I was scared to death that somebody stole my daughter. And that was, you know, in 1986. So today, though, my point is, can you imagine today what would happen? I mean, they'd have security over there. The woman would be probably ever, or she'd be like, and she was an older lady. So, you know, she would have been like on lockdown. You know, they would have had her cuffed, reading her rights and everything else in there. And I know that she just hadn't thought about that it was going to scare me. It was just a different time, you know. People didn't do the things they do now. They didn't just sue over anything. They didn't just get all up in arms over anything. So, you know, I mean, I'm sure you guys all remember the lawsuit over the hot coffee from Walmart. And I'm not making light of the person who got burned or anything, but back, it was just a different time. You just didn't sue people like you do today for things. You just didn't call cops on people for things like you do today. It was a different time. Okay, so I'm out of here to run my errands. And I will see you next time. So if you're not having a blessed day, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you. See ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Whoa, whoa, it's dripping everywhere. Oh, and I really do care. So, hashtag World's Greatest Friend. And, oh, with this open. I can never get these things open and drive me crazy. I always have to use, this is what tweezers are really good for. Opening your blushes and your eyeshadow palettes. When my oldest daughter was born, and she was a girl. Hello, she's your daughter. Everyone knows she's a girl. Ah, really? So I would hold her up. It's hard. I'm trying to get a judge from my Vera. Oh, dang it, I just, look, now I have eyeshadow on my boob. What the heck? Why do things always go wrong when you're in a hurry?